Hey, what's up YouTube? TDNRider here, coming at you with a deck profile. This time I will be profiling my 3-axis Fire Fist deck. But first off, I want to mention that I really like this deck, and if you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave me a comment, since I love comments, literally. The deck on its own is really good and quite consistent, and the only downside I can think of is that there are very limited plays you can make. The most common and probably most broken play you can do is summon your spirit, bring back a leaf from your grave or something else, synchro summon into horse brains and bring out a chicken, and then search for chicken's effect. That's a pretty solid and good play, and it is probably the strongest play this deck can do, but you end up with two fairly small monsters on the field, which is not the best. But the deck can make this play fairly often, and it's quite consistent, and a bunch of decks just can't handle it. Also, I personally think that you might and you can consider playing this deck after the September ban list, since I truly hope that Dragon Rulers and Spellbooks will get hit significantly and they will get shut down. With that being said, let's get into it. You're running 3 copies of Product of the Fire Fist Spirit. This is probably the heart and the soul of the deck, and you just gotta run it at 3. And then we're running 3 copies of Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Rooster or Chicken, also a key card, and you gotta run it at 3. Then we're running 3 copies of Product of the Fire Fist Leopard. This makes your Tensu, your Tanky, your Gyoku, and your Tenzin searchable, and it's really good and a combo card. Then, since we're running a Fire Fist deck, you basically gotta run 2 bears and a dragon. Those are solid and they open up rank 4 plays, and they're just there. And now for the non-Fire Fist cards, we're running 2 burners as well as 2 blasters. Blaster and the D-Ruler, the Fire D-Ruler engine is really good, also since burner is a target for spirit. And then to round up the monsters, we're running 2 effect whalers, because against Ophion and other stuff, this deck doesn't perform that well. Now onto the spells. We're running 1 Book of Hope, probably the best spell card of the current meta. A Dark Hole, a Gyoku. A lot of Fire Fist players don't consider running this card, and I really recommend trying it out because it's almost a searchable MST and it's really good. Then running, of course, 3 copies of Tenki. This doesn't need that much explanation. Double Tensu. This card is also a combo card, and also it's searchable with a Leopard. And Leopard brings out Tensu, and then you have either a Tenki or a Spirit on in your hand. Then you can make your play. Then 2 Forbidden Lands. I really like this card in pretty much every deck you can use it in. Also, the fact that in combination with Burr you can get rid of a 2300 or lower monster is really good. And also I really like the fact that you can play aggressively as well as defensively with this card. Then 1 Monster Reborn and 1 MST. Also keep in mind you don't want to run, well, you could consider playing 2 MSTs, but I don't recommend running it at 3 because we're running Gyoku and it's searchable. And then to round up the spells, we're running 2 Rekindling. Our targets are Spirit, Leopard and Burner, and it's really a Monster Reborn on crack. Now onto the traps. We're running a quite small trap line. We're running 2 bottomless trap holes, 2 composers, 2 Tenzin and the Solemn Duo. Now in the side deck we have some cards I have been trying out. We have Gorilla. You could take out your dragon and replace it with a Gorilla, or you can just completely take out your dragon. Gorilla is, I just use it for its pop effect, but since I'm running Gyoku and MSTs and Lances, it's not needed all that much. Then you could also consider running 1 Foolish Burial. You can send a Leopard or a Blaster. Leopard as a target for Spirit and Blaster just to revive. And then a Mind Control, since we're running a Synchro and XYZ based deck and we have access to rank 4s and 3s. Now onto the extra deck. We're running 3 copies of Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Horse Prince. This is probably the MVP of the extra deck, and you can also run it at 2, but I just choose to run it at 3. Then one Crimson Blader as well as one Scrap Dragon, and we make it by normal summoning our Effect Whaler and special summoning our Blaster. They're just there, I never made them, but they're just decent. And then the last synchro monster, I'm running one Vulcan the Divine. This card works very well in combination with our continuous spell and trap cards. You can bounce them and then use them next turn, and your opponent basically you just -1 your opponent. Now on to the extra sea monster. We're running one product of the Fire Fist Cardinal. I'd say this is also the MVP of the deck, and it's really good. You just gotta run it. Then 2 copies of product of the Fire Fist Lion Emperor. Just a really solid card and a +1. You basically gotta run it. 1 product of the Fire Fist Tiger King. This card doesn't need that much explanation. 1 Gaga Cowboy, 1 Levier the Sea Dragon. You bring back our monsters banished with the effect of Blaster. A Leviathan Dragon, just a speed stick, a Utopia, and a Sandmaze. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as well as the deck. And once again, if you have any questions or suggestions, please let me know and stay tuned for more. Have a nice day. TDNRider signing out.
Subscribe. It's for free.